everyone, and welcome back to another session of the SCP files. Sorry I've taken a leave of absence. The 05 has been breathing down my neck, we had a containment breach, and we had a few troubles with some D-class personnel, but it's nothing that we couldn't handle. Anyway, the SCP that we're looking at today is SCP-20, or SCP-020, whichever you prefer. Item: SCP-20. Object Class: Keter, meaning that this thing is very hard to contain and is very dangerous. Special Containment Procedures. Samples of SCP-20 are stored in a series of sealed cultivation chambers inside a sealed containment room at Biological Research Area 12, which is accessible only via airlock. Nutrients are administered via automated robotic systems, as the cultivation chamber must remain sealed at all times. Hermetically sealed video surveillance cameras are installed within the containment room and must be checked daily for integrity. Any personnel entering the containment room must wear biosafety level 5 equipment, including rebreathers, and undergo a full antifungal disinfection upon exiting. Description: SCP-20 is a fast-spreading fungal organism that is capable of affecting the senses and behavior of living creatures, including humans. Samples of SCP-20 exhibit unknown effect that renders them effectively invisible to direct observation, even when under a microscope. SCP-20 is only visible to humans when viewed through photographic or video surveillance. Once SCP-20 forms a colony, usually within a human residence, it will produce spores that affect the behavior of humans around it. Affected subjects will increase the heat and humidity within their homes to create an environment more suitable for the growth of SCP-20. Affected subjects also become more sociable in many cases, and often invite acquaintances to their homes to further spread the organism. As the spores and mold colonies are invisible to affected subjects, the mold may sometimes grow directly on living subjects. As the spores and colonies within a home approach critical concentration, the health of affected human subjects will rapidly deteriorate, resulting in death. Further spread of the mold may occur as the bodies of any deceased subjects are encountered by emergency responders and healthcare agents, as well as transportation of the bodies to local morgues. SCP-20 was first encountered in Redacted, where an undercover SCP agent noticed dramatic personality changes in personnel working at the local hospital. Upon investigation by a containment team, it was discovered that almost redacted civilians had been infected, as well as a majority of the town. The civilian population was terminated, and the town incinerated under cover of a local flash forest fire. To date, over 12 outbreaks of SCP-20 have been reported. Investigations are currently underway to determine the source of these outbreaks and possible prevention measures. Addendum 020-1. Excerpts from the audio-video mission recorders of Mobile Task Force ETA 10. See no evil. During the initial containment of SCP-20 on Redacted. So I'm going to say the log here. Team 2 moving in to the Red House. Copy. UAV 1 is picking up 1 heat signature. Team 2 in place. Ready for door opening. At this point, a civilian woman appeared in the doorway, holding a kitchen knife. Video surveillance shows that nearly 2/3 of her face was covered by mold growths. "Well, hello there, gentlemen. Care to take a breather inside?" "On the ground! Drop the weapon!" "Don't be silly. Come on in. Stay a while." "Stop where you are! Drop the weapon!" We just want to have some guests. Please come in." "Drop the weapon!" It is assumed that at this point, the infected civilian noticed T2-4 carrying a primed incendiary weapon and lunged forward at the team members with the knife. The civilian woman says something, but that data has been expunged, and the team leader has given the command to open fire. And after that, all we hear is gunfire and screaming. Well, that brings us to the end of this file. So, a mold that spreads insanely quickly takes over the minds of anyone who's by it for too long, and can only be seen if you take a picture or a video recording of it. Strange and dangerous. We'll have to follow on this up another time. Hopefully we can find the source of this thing. But regardless, that's the end of this session. The next session will be for any of you newbies who are new to this whole SCP thing. I'll be explaining the SCP Foundation and what we do here in pretty great detail, so stay tuned for that. But this brings an end to today's session. You're all dismissed. See you again. Hey guys, Children of the Night here, and I just wanted to say thank you for listening to today's story, whether it be on YouTube or on the podcast. The YouTube channel can be found at youtube.com/childrenofthenight, or link in the description. And the podcast can be found basically anywhere you can find podcasts, such as Spotify, Google, Anchor, like I said, pretty much everywhere. If you are interested in supporting me more than you already are by watching either the podcast or on the YouTube channel, be sure to check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/childrenofthenight. Or again, you can just use the link in the description. There you can get access to polls which dictate which horror story I'll narrate next. You can get voice acting roles in the podcast, or you can get early access to these narrations so you can hear them before anyone else. Even if you donate just $1, it goes a long way in, keeping the lights on and making this show in higher quality. So thank you so much for anyone who decides to do that. And if you are interested in seeing some horror-related memes or just some minor updates, be sure to check out my Instagram page at childrenofthenight1. And be sure to tune in every single Friday for brand new episodes of the podcast. But until we see each other again, I want to say good night and sweet dreams to all my fellow children of the night.